What's up, y'all? Rob Anderson, Clean Power Wash. So, I want to talk about driving. No, DOT regulations. So, if you got a pickup truck and a dual axle trailer, in all likelihood, that's going to put you over 10,000 GVWC, your capacity, not necessarily your actual weight. That puts you under DOT regulation. So for us, and let's see if I can still have a little air conditioning without making too much noise. We're DOT regulated, right? So we send our guys once they get basically halfway through their second week or at the end of their second week of training, take them down, go get their DOT physical and medical card, and we do a drug screening. That way, if they get pulled over or stopped at the scales, they show their DOT medical card, etc. And I think I've talked about it too, that get set up with these places, and then they also do what's called an FFD, or fit for duty. If there's a car accident, you're sending your guys in, you need to make sure, especially if there's any remote chance that somebody who's under the influence or anything else, you need that, get them tested right away. And obviously if somebody's injured, you want to get them checked out, make sure they're okay there. We had a recent situation where an employee smelled marijuana on the truck, raw marijuana. I was out of town, unfortunately, and we learned a little bit through this. Each situation you run into problems, run into a situation, how do you handle it, creating new policies and stuff if you don't already have for it. Obviously, we have a substance abuse, not being under the influence of any drugs while at work, all that kind of stuff. And with marijuana and other drugs and things, marijuana, depending on where you're at, may be legalized, but from a federal level, from a DOT level, there is a zero tolerance for it. So we sent both technicians that were on that rig to get drug tested. It took a little while to get the results back. Now, obviously, if you're negative, it comes back right away, or not right away, but 24 hours, get those results typically. If somebody is going to test positive or have a positive result or potential positive, that can take a few more days. We absolutely made the mistake that when that issue was reported to us, both technicians should have been pulled off the job site, or at least the person that we had the concern about should have been done right then and there, with some discretion. Hey, we got to do a shift change, or hey, ma'am, unfortunately, one of our machines just went down. We'll be back tomorrow to get this squared away. Because depending on what somebody's under the influence of, or what the situation is, that could severely be putting your company at risk, and you're knowing it. We had to sit down with all of our technicians today and I don't have a sense of smell, but if they ever suspect somebody smells a little extra, a little something, or is behaving in an odd manner, to get myself or the ops manager, have a chat with them, try and see if we can smell anything or whatever else there. If there's suspicions, we should check it out, because at the end of the day, if Jimmy goes up on a ladder and Jeff was working with him and thought Jimmy smelled kind of like he might have been drinking, or like he was hungover or whatever, and then he falls on a ladder, well, now Jeff's also liable because he was aware of it and did nothing. He puts the company at risk, not covering for his buddy or anything like that. So those are all situations to think about and explain to the guys, like, this isn't, the company's going to get in a lot of trouble, they're going to get in trouble, I'm going to get in trouble, and it's a big mess because somebody decided not to behave like a grown adult, or mature grown adult. What's interesting with all of this is I found out, we pay for the 10 panel drug screenings, we pay for the DOT medical cards. If an employee's coming to you with their DOT medical card, and you want to cover your butt, which you should, you need to send them still for a drug test. You know, the DOT medical card is usually good for a year or two, depending on their health conditions and whatnot when they did the test. So that's something to consider there. But we had guys that went to go get tested somewhere else, and pretty sure that by doing that they dodged the drug test. They came in with their stuff and they passed. What's interesting is that for a positive test result, they actually, especially when it's employment testing or pre-employment testing, they will call you, or at least our doctor's place will call you and let you know, and then you do have the ability to pay for your, you know, for your specimen or whatever to go get tested at a third-party lab. It was like $250. Which was interesting because it's like, well, that's, you know, trying to say that basically that the testing company has messed up somehow. It's not a new test or whatever. Sorry, it's getting bumpy. But anyways, those are all things to consider when you've got this stuff going on. And now we've had to figure out, okay, you know, if we suspect somebody of being under the influence, you know, and we're pending the test results in that situation. You know, if we're really positive that they were drunk or using drugs, you know, we have visual confirmation of it, we got to take action right then and there. If we're waiting for results on this, you know, the person who tested positive, you know, shouldn't be driving it until we get a confirmation that no, they're okay to drive. The other interesting thing just to consider for your technicians is that unlike alcohol, which is going to clear your system pretty quickly, the THC basically is going to stick around longer, and depending on the quality and everything of it, it may be there for weeks. So you may not be quote-unquote high, but according to DOT regulations, it's a zero tolerance, or it doesn't matter if there's any measurement of it. So anyways, I hope that helps you guys. Definitely get set up, and we're now going to be purchasing the random drug test kits to, you know, to select everybody and make sure that people are not putting us at risk. So have a great day. See ya.